Hi everyone, our journal page today, and I'm starting by creating a painty paper, collage paper, whatever you want to call it, that is going to be my background. I've got here what we call here a sandwich paper, other places deli paper. It has a matte side and a more glossy side. I'm going to create on the matte side. I've got this stencil. This is a stencil that I made, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the paper on top. Now you can also use tissue paper for this. It doesn't have to be a deli paper or sandwich paper. You can use tissue paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an oil pastel and scrape it on top of it. I've picked, this is, let's see, I think this one is gold, although it doesn't look like gold. Yeah, I think this is the gold. I've got smaller pieces. I think I'll just use them. Here we go. And of course you can pick whatever stencil you like, and I'm just going to go scraping like this. I can scrape to whatever direction I want. It really doesn't matter. It's just going to pick up the details of the stencil, although opposed to stenciling here, it will pick most of the around the image and not the image of the stencil. Now, of course, you can use one color, you can use two colors, you can change stencils in between. I can use one stencil here, another one here. You can mix and match and do whatever you want to do with it. This is just one more way to create interesting collage papers or painty papers or backgrounds. So that's the start. Not much, but it's a nice start. What I want to do now is I want to use sprays just because they are it would be faster, but you can also use watercolors or you can use diluted acrylic paint. Just dilute them with water and you can use them. Or if you've got other water-based paints, then you can do that too. I've got my sprays. These are made from gel food coloring and water, or sometimes I use Brussels, the powder, or I use textile powder, which is also a pigment that dissolves in water. So I've got some olive green, neon green, some turquoise, and I'm just going to play with them. And I've put a glove because when I use sprays, and especially when I use something bluish, somehow it gets on my hands, no matter what I do. So I've put a glove, so I won't end with Smurf's hands. I'm just playing, as you can see. When it's dry, sometimes it would be much more I don't know, softer, not as vibrant. Sometimes it depends on your sprays or on your watercolors. What's great about it is that when it's dry, you can see and decide if you want to add more on top of it. But as you can see how the gold color just picked up through all this spray. So this needs to be completely dry before I'm using it as a background, so I'll be back. Okay, so I've got my painty paper, collage paper that is going to be my background. Before I forget, you can also use crayons, but the crayons are less softer than oil pastels, and you need to be more careful when you are scraping them on something like this or tissue paper. So now I want to glue this to my page, and I'm going to use my diluted white glue. I usually use it for paper napkins, but I like to use it also for this and tissue paper. It's just easier to work with, and it doesn't drag on the paper. So I'm just gonna put some glue, and before I forget, because I used oil pastels and they can be a little bit when you touch them, they can you can smear them. So I sealed the page. Now the way to go about sealing it is you've got three ways. The cheapest one is to pick up any kind of the cheapest hairsprayer that you can find, like that. I've got one here. The other option is to use clear spray from a can, and the expensive option is using fixative, which can be found in art stores and craft stores. Now I don't care about wrinkles. Wrinkles just gives me a more interest to the page. I'm just trying to make everything cover the page, and I don't have enough glue here. So here we go. It's always in the edges that no matter what I do, there's not enough glue. Okay, now my knee-jerk reaction is when I'm working with things like this is to go over with the glue on top. Don't know why, it's part of what I do mostly with paper napkins and tissue paper, but you don't have to. So, and also here I don't have to, it's already sealed with the spray. Now the spray I've done outside, don't do it inside, it's not healthy. Not even the hairspray. If you can avoid it, avoid it. Okay, so we've got this, and this is for me, first of all, it needs to dry before I attempt to cut the excess off. So I'm leaving it be for now, and this is just the start for me. This is my first layer for my page. I want to continue and stencil on top of it. So I'm going to use this stencil, and I want to go with a darker color on top. I'm picking this dark green, which feels like empty, so I need to see if something will get out of it. Oh, a little bit. I'm thinking even maybe mix it with some blue. Why not? Okay, so this is a start, and I need a makeup sponge for the stenciling. I'm just going to get rid of the dry paint here so I can use it again. Okay, good enough. So I'm going to start stenciling, and I'll just take from the dark green, and let's see, I'm not sure it's dark enough, so now I'm mixing the two colors, and if need be I will go even darker. Let's see, let's pick. Ooh, this is nice. Okay, so both colors together work fine, and that's what I'm going to continue doing. Just stenciling away. Now usually when I'm stenciling, I like to use 2-3 colors and not together. I like to have like a darker section going into a lighter section, but this time I'm treating it also almost like a silhouette, but my silhouette is dark green instead of black. Okay, I'm dabbing the excess so I won't have a lot of spillage underneath my stencil, although there are ways always to fix that, so I'm not too worried. Let's see. Ooh, I like it. I really like it. I just feel like I need more to add more here and here. I mostly want all this section with leaves, almost like framing the page from with the vine, if I can call it a vine. I don't know. Not that important. I'm just picking all kinds of leaves here. They don't even have to be perfect. I'm just playing so I will have something interesting. And I'm also trying to pick up a section so they won't repeat themselves, because then it doesn't look organic. If I will do it the exact same way I've done it here and just move it like this, it wouldn't look organic. So I'm trying to pick up sections that will give me more interest. Okay, maybe it's better, and I still feel like I need something more here. I'm moving the art journal just so I won't get my stencil in the wet paint, because I'm known for it. Yeah, I'm going to go like this. Yep. And let's see. Still working it until I get what I want. Okay, and just a little bit more here. It can overlap. Leaves don't organize themselves neatly side by side. They can overlap. Have fun with it. If you're using something like that, any kind of leaves, vines, whatever, branches, have fun with it. Okay, so I want to let this dry a little bit, also this, before I'm bringing in my focal point, and I'll be back. Okay, so Bird. I want a bird here as my focal point. I've got some white acrylic paint and another makeup sponge, and I'm just going to take the white. Right now I want to just a stencil with white to have a base, let's say a base paint, and then I just want to add some hints of color to the white. Right now I'm more interested in creating one layer of white. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this sponge that I used before. I'm not cleaning it, I'm not doing anything, and I'm just going, I'm putting a little bit of pressure so it gives me a little bit from the color I used before for the vine, just to have some more interest to the image, like so. I hope I'm making myself clear. I really wanted the my bird to stand out on this page, so I went with something stark like white, but then I added this so it will go with the rest of the page, and so my image won't look so flat. That's the best explanation I can give. I just want to add some words here, and I'm picking this stamp. I hope it will stamp nicely because I've got texture here. Let's hope so. If not, I'll fix it. If not, I can cover it. It's really not that critical. So I thought about using a dark blue, but now I decided to go with a black. So here we go. It says Free Spirit in case you haven't seen what the stamp says. I'm just pushing it, and yeah. Okay, so nice stamping, but maybe I need to go over with black permanent marker just to make it more visible. I also want to go over the eye of my bird and make it black, like so. Maybe just a little bit more definition underneath the image. Just something more. Don't know how much of it you can see, but it just adds to the whole. Some kind of a shadow. Okay, so this is kind of boring me going over the letters, so I'm going to do it off camera and I'll get back to you when I'm finished. Okay, so that's my page. I just went over with the black marker here, and I really love this page. I think it's really simple. Anyone can do it, and it's very versatile. You can change the colors, you can change the pattern, and whatever you do on top. So thank you for watching. Thank you for leaving me comments down below, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.